Hey everyone, in today's vlog, we are going to talk about the archetype that most people know as the Lover's card. Now, as per raw channelings from the Law of One books, this card is it's still the mind complex, and it is transformation within the mind complex. So this card, which is classified as Lovers, but it's actually transformation. Now, if you're used to tarot, you are probably used to this card, which is the Lovers. And if you look at these two cards, they're very different. They're extremely, and remember, as time went on, the original tarot got distorted. So what we see today as the Lovers card, it's like, you know, most tarot readers interpret this as a union of two people, and the angel is up ahead, near the sun, giving blessings and positive vibes all throughout the card. You have lots of sun, you've got two people who are coming into union, you've got mountains and all of that good stuff. You've got flowers, lots of life, right? Whereas, and then you also have a serpent here, and apples. This tree, although, is a little bit bare. Now, what that could mean is what this card, now the archetype for this card, like I said, it is transformation. It is of the mind complex, and it comes after the Hierophant card, which you can watch the last video. I just released it, and I talked about the Hierophant, which is the significator of the mind complex, and the significator is the actor and the acted upon, and it is acted upon based on all the mind complex cards before it. So the Magician, which is the matrix of the mind complex, the High Priestess, which is the potentiator of the mind complex, the Empress, which is the catalyst, the thoughts and feelings of the mind complex, the Emperor, which is the experience of the mind complex. So it's the observer, essentially, of the thoughts and feelings. And then we have the Hierophant, which is acted upon, and the actor. So it's kind of like all of the mind complexes before this. This is what you go through. So if you live unconsciously, you through your unconscious mind, then we're kind of living like minions, right? We're trapped in this box of a matrix. Now, this is the significator. So next, we have transformation. So the transformation card, which is depicted as the Lover's cards in modern tarot, is actually the archetype of making a decision. Are we going to be these minions and have thoughts and feelings based on our unconscious self, based on the veil of this High Priestess? And are we gonna always be stuck in this little box, this cage, like this bird? Or are we going to start questioning? The experience is the questioner. Our feelings and our thoughts. Are we going to start feeling or experience? Are we gonna start hating our negative experiences enough where the Emperor looks back and says, "Nuh-uh, we ain't doing that no more. F that. I'm sick of suffering. I want a better way of life. How can I get it?" And starts thinking outside of the matrix. That will affect the Hierophant, because the experience, now you've changed it. You don't want the negative experiences anymore, which affect the actor and the acted upon. So it affects the actor, which is us, in a way where we begin to think. This is the signifier, that thought of I don't want that. So what is the opposite of anger? Oh, wait, it's love. So how can I get more love? What you've done is you've just transformed. And what you've done is you are beginning to use the right side of your brain, my friends, and you are starting to use that path of love, and you're starting to change and think outside of the matrix, outside of the box, and you're starting to think, to grow in a positive light. The right side is that creativity, the questioning, inquisitive. Left side path is, which these two represent, they represent a lot more than that, and they can represent anything to you. I'm just saying what they represent to me. The left side is our practicality, what we know, what we've been kind of programmed to do. When you start questioning, and now remember, the left side of your brain spins counterclockwise. Mother Nature spins clockwise. The nature moves in a very coherent clockwise motion, whereas our left brain, it's our polarity. We're here to experience the polarity. So what happens is the right side of your brain, if you visualize, begins to spin. And the middle, if you visualize two circles spinning, in the middle you have a Vesica Pisces, I believe. That is a place of where you experience non-polarity just for a second. True non-polarity resides in the little space of your heart. But in the beginning of growth and having a more positive life, not as much suffering, is when you begin to question the experiences of her and feeling negative and scared and all of those. You begin to question it. So you begin with your question to mark in the matrix, I don't want that. I want love. Then the actor says, okay. The Hierophant says, you know what? We want love. Even if it's just for this motion, I'm not gonna be a minion for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna use my senses. In the beginning, it's your 5 senses that you'll use. I want to attract something that's loving. And that's your transformation. You've just used the right side of your brain. And this here, this is like an angel, let's say, and it's trying to always get us to understand and see our intuition. That is how spirit speaks to you. Spirit is trying to, like with bow and arrow, just nudge you a little bit and be like, you know, what if you do this? And spirit will never speak to you overly lovingly. If that makes sense, spirit will never speak to you in an overly angry type of way or an overly loving type of way. If you have those two thoughts in your mind, that's your ego. Spirit will only give you intuition in a very casual, nonchalant, like, you sure you want to take a right? Maybe you need to take a left today. It's not going to be like, take a left. Or it's not going to be like, sweetie, you need to take a left. I love you so much. Just take a left. Don't go right. No. Spirit is going to nudge you a bit and say, take a left. And if you take that left, you just transformed. You listened to your intuition and you didn't get stuck in traffic for 5 hours because of a major accident. And that is a transformation because you learned how to listen to your intuition. When you get those first feelings of how to listen to your intuition, how it works, you want more because it's amazing. You're like, holy shit, if I had taken a right, I would have been stuck 5 hours in traffic. Wow. You have these like they're almost like aha moments, like, thank God. Then you're gonna remember what that spirit, intuition, voice, whatever, your sixth sense felt like. And then you might do more, you might create more loving experiences to listen to the intuition and the acted upon. When you act, okay, I'm gonna take the left, and now you know what that transformation feels like. But remember, this is the point of choice. This is the choice card. In regular tarot, people call it the Fool, which it is so far from the Fool. This is the most important card in the deck. Look, it's the number of God. It's the number 0. So in the Law of One, the raw channelings, this is called the choice. The choice is, it sits side by side, the Hierophant in the mind complex. It sits side by side, the significator in the mind complex. Therefore, you have at this moment the choice to listen to your intuition or not. So this is what in modern day it's called the Fool. It's actually the choice. And it's up to you to listen to many of the choices that Spirit gives you. Many. They're all outside of you. They're in front of you. We just don't see them, but they're right there. Every single day, all the time, Spirit is trying to help you to get to your highest good, easiest path, nudging you a little bit, but it just cannot infringe on your free will. I love you guys. I hope that helped.